Hi everyone, and welcome to a Surj with Sarine. Today is an incredibly special edition of Surj with Sarine. Obviously, we have a familiar face with us, but an unfamiliar location and environment. So we have Michael, our Political Affairs Director. Michael, where are you?
Hi, Sarine, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry, there's a little bit of background noise. I'm just currently sitting outside the hotel in Goris. I don't know if I can there's not much of a view here, unfortunately, but I'm just it's quite cold here at the moment, so it's good to be with you. I've got my surge as well.
That'll keep you warm.
It is, yeah.
For our viewers, can you quickly locate Goris for us on an imaginary map, if you can?
Yeah, so Goris is in the southeast province of Armenia. It's one of the regions that has currently been under attack by Azerbaijan. And we're obviously here for the ANC conference. And that's a 5-day conference that we're taking part in. And it's specifically in the town of Goris because of these ongoing attacks that are taking place against the Republic of Armenia.
Mm-hmm. And Michael, you briefly touched on what you're doing there, but can you also now touch on the importance of having a meeting like this and having colleagues, ANC colleagues from around the world come together to do so?
Yeah, so we're joined by several ANC officers around the world here in Goris. The meeting which started in Yerevan, we were joined by, the ANC officers in America, from the East and West Coast, in Canada, from Europe, from South America, from the Middle East. So there's numerous ANC officers here, and it's obviously important work because we're setting the strategy and policies for the future years of the ANC. Sorry, there's a little bit of background noise. Everyone's just on their break now from the meeting. But yeah, it's even more important now that these attacks have taken place, because we're ensuring that there's a sustainable Armenia, in addition to the other issues that are really important: genocide recognition, and self-determination for the Republic of Artsakh.
You've set the scene really well for us in terms of the purpose of the trip and what you're doing there. But obviously, I'm sure things have changed quite a bit now and from when you last visited Armenia. How does it feel to be in the homeland amongst all these changes and changes, obviously, that can be quite positive, but also ones that would change, I guess, the environment geopolitically as well?
It's bittersweet being here. It's great to be in the homeland. Obviously, the situation that we're in our homeland and our country is quite a difficult situation. So it is very overwhelming, especially being in Goris. You can feel the tension on the streets and in the people here. I've got one of our ANC colleagues walking past, Elizabeth. She's from the ANC America office. So what I might do is, she's just having a conversation, but I might actually get her to come in and kind of give a bit of a description of what it's like being in Goris here as well. It is an extremely eye-opening situation. This morning I woke up and I saw the International Red Cross office and some of their workers here at the UN conference as well. So what I'll do is, Elizabeth, I'll grab Elizabeth so she can come over. She was just having a conversation. So Elizabeth, have a seat. We're having a Surj with Sarine at the moment. Oh, she does have a Surj. Good. Right. We're on our breaks. So Sarine, if you had any questions for Elizabeth, maybe.
Yeah, of course. So Michael has just given us a rundown on the importance of the conference and taking into the consideration, I guess, the current climate and Azerbaijani military aggression. What is the ANC-AU doing to call Azerbaijan's aggression out against the sovereign borders of Armenia?
So a secret kind of hope of mine
So
that I would be
sorry.
able to have
I think.
coffee with you.
Oh, oh my goodness! You just cut out, but I caught you at the perfect time.
So very excited that I'm doing this here in Goris, in the homeland, in the Syunik region. So, but you're absolutely right, Sarine. The number one priority right now is to block all U.S. military aid to Azerbaijan, and this is something that the ANCA has been actively working on throughout this process. We already have a law in place in the U.S., Section 907 of the Freedom Support Act. Unfortunately, since 2001, the president has had the opportunity to waive that law on an annual basis, and we're looking to roll that back, given Azerbaijan's ongoing aggression, obviously the war in 2020, but ongoing aggression that we've been seeing both against Artsakh and Armenia, that we just saw against the Syunik and Kolokossian regions just last week. So the Senate is looking at this. There's a pending resolution, the National Defense Authorization Act, to which we have three amendments actually, that deal with both zeroing out military aid to Azerbaijan and holding Turkey and Azerbaijan accountable for their attacks, and in fact using American technology as part of Bayraktar drones, Turkish drones, against innocent civilians last year during the Artsakh war. So this is an ongoing effort. It's led by Senate Foreign Relations Committee Chair Bob Menendez. It was supposed to happen about a week and a half ago, but there are all sorts of much larger and more expansive issues that are being discussed as part of the National Defense Authorization Act, and so it has been postponed. We're looking for a vote soon. If we don't see it there, we'll have another opportunity when the House and the Senate get together to work out the differences in this major bill. So this is an ongoing effort, and it's part of a broader campaign, not only to zero out aid to Azerbaijan, but to hold Turkey and Azerbaijan accountable for the attacks on innocent civilians, for the use of illegal weaponry, and to look to see what we can do to expand US aid to Artsakh. We've have over, as you very well know, and as your viewers know, we have over 100,000 Armenians who were pushed out of their indigenous homes in Hadrut and are now in very dire situation with winter coming, and we need to see what we can do, what the United States can do, and what the international community is going to do to help out these victims of Azerbaijani aggression. The U.S. government so far, the U.S. House is looking at about 2.5 million in terms of demining efforts, and that's simply not enough. And that's something that we're going to have to look at to see both with Congress and working with the administration as to how we can increase those numbers.
No, that was fantastic. That was a fantastic debrief for our Australian audience. And I want to take the second as well to congratulate the ANCA on their incredible efforts, and to note here that it really is a global movement. Without the cooperation of ANCs globally, particularly in the US and throughout Europe and Australia, we couldn't possibly get the work done that we do to that extent. So thank you for your dedicated efforts. It's been really insightful and inspiring to see.
Well, thank you to the ANC of Australia and the whole team down under, because really and truly the amount of work that you've been able to do and the progress that we've seen just this week on the Armenian genocide issue, the unprecedented unanimous call for the federal government to finally recognize this crime. It's amazing. President Biden did it finally just a few months ago on April 24th. And we're looking forward to hearing the good news from you guys as well.
Fingers crossed. It's all the small steps that make a bigger one.
Thank you very much, Sarine.
Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Thank you.
Care.
See you. Thanks, Sar. That was really good to hear from Elizabeth regarding, obviously, some of the work that they're doing in regards to the Azerbaijani aggression against Goris and the broader southeast regions of Syunik. So I might actually get another one of our colleagues as well, Sarine, if that's okay.
Of course.
From from the meeting. We're joined, Sevag, maybe come on down, take a seat. So Sevag is the executive director of the ANC Canada. So he's taking part in the meeting as well. I'll hand it over to you, Sara.
No, lovely
Hi,
to meet
Sarine.
you. Hello.
Likewise. I must say I feel privileged too to be a guest on this very sensational program that you guys have.
I feel like everyone wants to be hosted with on a Suj with Sarine. So
exactly,
anytime.
We always watch it, and I mean, you guys are doing an amazing job. And first of all, to our Australian community, congratulations for an amazing big step that was taken, I believe, on Monday, right?
Yep, on Monday.
And hopefully that'll lead to an official recognition from Australia. So with a coffee, but cheers to the Australian Armenian community and the ANC-AU.
Definitely, we're getting there. Thank you. So Elizabeth just gave us a brief rundown on some of the recent activities that ANC-AU was undertaking, particularly in regards to raising awareness and affirmative action regarding Azerbaijani aggression. So can you give us a bit of insight into what sort of activities are underway in Canada?
Well, I mean, first off, I must say that since the war, since November 9th, we've been doubling down on our efforts to, try to urge the Canadian government, put pressure on the Canadian government to really hold the Azerbaijani government accountable to what they did during the war, whether that is war crimes, the aggression, the unsanctioned aggression against the Armenian people of Artsakh, and of course to really highlight what's happening as an aggression and not nothing short of that. Certainly, one of the big things that we were working on throughout the war and afterwards to Azerbaijan, although Canada doesn't provide any direct aid to Azerbaijan, but you might have seen at the time the targeting acquisition gear, the infamous factoring, and those were illegally diverted by Turkey to Azerbaijan and sold. And happy to see the cancellation took place in April of this year. But certainly we're going to continue to make sure that there's a complete halt and a full ban is enforced on arms sales to Turkey and Azerbaijan. And also to ensure that the Canadian government joins other OSCE partners to call for the full engagement of the Minsk group, despite attempts by the Aliyev dictatorship to say that the Karabakh issue is over. They've solved it. They've solved it by through the use of force. So certainly that is something that's top on our agenda to make sure that the Western world, Canada in this case, being a full member of the OSCE, raises its voice and advocates for the full engagement of the Minsk group and the full resumption of the substantive negotiations to ensure that a peaceful and a just settlement is reached for the Karabakh conflict based on the principles, the basic principles highlighted, and most importantly, the right to self-determination of the people of Artsakh.
Fantastic. And Sevag and Mike, thank you. Sevag and Michael, you're both on the ground at the moment as well. So would you mind providing some insight for our audiences in terms of how does it feel? How is the general energy of the conference, particularly in Gorez?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I mean, certainly it's a different feeling being here on the ground, and we've had the opportunity and the privilege to have a number of conversations with locals to hear their perspective on things. At the end of the day, they're the ones who are on the ground, feeling everything on their own skin, and it's important to have these conversations and to provide them with that. I don't know if I could call it relief, but at least the feeling that they're not alone. We're standing behind them throughout the world, making the proper representations to ensure that the safety and security of Syunik are taken seriously. and despite all the uncertainties coming out of the region, Armenia specifically, at least they know that the diaspora is standing with them, and not only in terms of safety and security, but also all the other issues. A lot of families here in Syunik have or had family members who unfortunately gave their life to the homeland throughout the war. Some of them don't even have that sense of closure because the bodies of the deceased have not been returned. We've been seeing a lot of trucks of the International Committee for the Red Cross driving around in Goris, just actually less than a kilometer from the hotel. There's the office of the subdelegation of the Red Cross, and they do active work here. And also the issue of POWs, right? There are families here in Syunik that have members of family that are currently prisoners in Azerbaijan, and it's very important to get that perspective from them and take it back and to kind of use that firsthand account as a reference when we make our representations to our respective governments back home.
Because at the end of the day, the experiences that you gain on the ground are the ones that inspire you to come home and to continue fighting the good cause back here. Yeah,
exactly, certainly. It's basically refueling, right? Every time we come to Armenia and Artsakh to refuel. It's not that we need any fuel. We're always fully engaged, but being here on the ground definitely puts us it puts it into perspective and gives us a better understanding of what's happening on the ground.
No, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. And
Sevag's got to get going. He's got to run off. He's got another quick meeting to go to, so we'll probably finish it off with ourselves.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sevag.
Thank you.
So I guess it's lucky to hear from our ANC colleagues that we have here with us, and Sevag and Elizabeth are only two of the over 40 people that are represented at this meeting. As I mentioned, there's people from all around the world, and it's very wholesome. You know, although we aren't in Armenia throughout the year, and the difficulties here that the people are facing, whether it's the incursions into Armenia, the instability in the region, the POW situation, the ongoing desecration of our religious and cultural sites, we're meeting here, coming up with strategies and policies to take back home, which is what I hope to do. I hope to be able to come back home and sit down with yourself and the rest of the team and use these strategies and what we've been talking about here to kind of advocate for that in Australia.
It's a lot of baggage.
It is a lot of baggage. I have 30 kilos. I have 30 kilos worth of baggage to bring back with me. So I'm sure there's definitely room to bring back the concerns of the Armenian people here. So that was a smooth line, but there's a lot to bring back. And I think our community needs to be ready to stand with the people of Armenia, the people of Syunik, the people of Artsakh, because it's really important. And being here has been extremely eye-opening. Not that I forgot that, but it's good to be back and to stand with the people shoulder to shoulder. So.
And it's good to see what their needs are, how they need it, and then the best part is to strategize how to provide it. So we're really looking forward to coming back and to sharing everything that you learned, everything that you saw, so that we can do our best to contribute and build a stronger Armenia.
Of course. Thank you very much, Sarine.
Thank you so much, Mike. I'll leave you to your day. I know it's only around midday there. You've still got half a day left of meetings. But we're looking forward to it. Seeing you soon.
Thank you very
so much.
I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.